Hi, I'm Chef Christopher Koetke. U.S. soybean oil is a high-quality and versatile oil produced from soybeans sustainably grown in the United States. This oil has wide application throughout the kitchen. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to make two infused oils, a bright green chive serrano chili and lemon oil, and a hearty and spicy rosemary and sun-dried tomato oil with a hint of smoked paprika. Infused oils are fun to experiment with as they deliver an immediate flavor hit, whether they're part of a recipe or drizzled as a finishing touch. U.S. soybean oil is the perfect medium for making these infused oils because of its neutral, clean flavor. This means that the ingredients that are infused into the oil get to express themselves completely. There are two ways to make infused oils, cold and hot infusion. Let's start with the cold infusion method. To do this, basically I put everything into a blender. So I will begin by putting in a lot of fresh chives, and I've sort of chopped up these chives a little bit in advance, put them into the blender. Then I'm going to put in some lemon zest, and for the lemon zest, basically I just want to take the outside of the lemon peel, that is. So I just get the dark yellow portion because the white part of the peel is quite bitter. This has all the aromatics of the lemon. So that goes into the blender. And then I have to put in my serrano chilies. Now what I've done for this is basically to cut off the end, cut the chili in half. Now at this point, if you put them in like this, that's going to be a really spicy oil. So what I like to do is just cut out a little bit of the veins and seeds in the middle of the chili. I don't necessarily want to cut them all out because I do want some heat, but this is a way that I can regulate the heat of the final oil. So there we go, cut those out. And then I take my serrano chilies, I just cut them into pieces, and this then goes into the blender. The very last thing, of course, is U.S. soybean oil. I'm going to pour the oil on top of my ingredients. And then all I have to do is place this on the blender. And I just want to spin it for about not even 30 seconds, pretty quickly. Okay, that's all it takes. And then what I need to do is pour this oil into a fine mesh strainer and just let the oil come out underneath, and you can see how bright green and beautiful that is. And that'll take a few minutes for it to drain completely. Once the oil has completely drained, then what you want to do is let it sit for about an hour. And what'll happen during that time is that some of the solids will sink to the bottom. Now you can use this oil perfectly well just like this, but if you want it to be really clear, then what you want to do is to decant that oil from the solids on the bottom. And now you have a beautiful crystal clear and light green oil that is loaded in flavor. Now it's very important to keep an infused oil refrigerated until needed. This is also one of the advantages of U.S. soybean oil. It stays liquid at refrigerator temperatures. This is referred to as winterization, and it means that your infused oils are always ready to use. The other way of making infused oil is to start with warm U.S. soybean oil. This method works better for hearty ingredients. To make our spicy sun-dried tomato and rosemary oil, I've already heated up the U.S. soybean oil to 150 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about 65 degrees Celsius. And then in goes the rest of the ingredients. I'm going to take some finely chopped sun-dried tomatoes, put them into the pot, along with some chili flake. That's going to add the heat. I'm also going to put in all of this rosemary. Now notice the rosemary, I've chopped it up very, very finely. That'll help it to infuse. And lastly, for that smoky note, some smoked paprika. Then very simply, I give this a stir, and then I'll turn the heat back on, and I'm going to heat this up again to about 150 Fahrenheit, 65 Celsius, At that point, I'll turn it off and just let it infuse for an hour or two. Once the oil has infused, you can see how beautiful it is. Great color, it smells amazing. And this would be perfect to drizzle on top of a hot pizza or maybe a grilled steak or chicken. Remember, it's very important to keep infused oil refrigerated until needed. Using U.S. soybean oil as the base for infused oils produces some great results.